Hello, hello, and good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're tuned in from. My name is Allison Ortega Toy, and I look after community and education here over at HeyGen. So thank you, first off, everyone, for joining today's session. Super excited to be running this HeyGen AI Studio 101 workshop. Um, this workshop is designed. Oops. Oh, there we go. Sorry, just heard my voice back. Um, so let's see, where are we? Where are we? All right. So if you are tuned in here on the HeyGen Hub, there's a chat on the right-hand side. Please feel free to share a message. Where are you tuning in from today? And what kind of videos are you interested in creating using HeyGen? Would love to hear what you guys are keen to learn about. Anyways, this workshop is designed for beginners and new HeyGen users with no video editing experience. So if you have some HeyGen experience, you might get a review of some things today. Um, but if you're brand new, hopefully this will help you so that at the end of this presentation, you'll know how to, you'll walk away with a professional looking video that you can create alongside me. So if you would like to actually do this while if you'd like to create the video while we go, please feel free to launch your HeyGen app now and get ready. I'll be providing everybody with a template to make things super easy. Um, so yes, hello Barry from San Francisco. Hello Saswat, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, from India. Nice, nice. I love how international the HeyGen community is. Igor from Connecticut, let's go. Very cool. All right, I'm gonna head on to the next slide. All right, so here's a quick introduction to HeyGen. If you're new here, no worries. HeyGen's mission really is to make visual storytelling accessible to all. So for a really long time, really since the dawn of video creation, the ability to create video has been really difficult. It's been expensive or time consuming, and for many, not even possible for those reasons, right? Also, oftentimes the video content that does exist is usually only accessible to those who understand the original language that it's in. So HeyGen's really focused on breaking down all of these barriers so that anyone, regardless of their resources or knowledge, can create professional looking video content, translate it, and make it accessible to a global audience. Let's see. Got folks from Ecuador, from London. Awesome, awesome. Barry, looking to make website content, marketing, social marketing, training courses. Love it. These are all some of the top HeyGen use cases, which we'll get into in just a second. For anyone else who's just joined, let us know where you're tuning in from and what you're interested in creating with HeyGen. So, connect with the HeyGen community at community.heygen.com to keep sharing ideas and learning together. So after today's session, this is a great place to go to see what other people are creating using HeyGen, share your work, see upcoming events and webinars, view tutorials and resources, and HeyGen Academy follow along video courses. Our forums are a great place to just simply find inspiration, tips, and tricks, and seek help from others. I would also say check out the groups tab to connect with marketers, learning professionals, small business owners, and users based on region. And if you want to get more involved, HeyGen's always looking for folks interested in hosting meetups or workshops just like today. So let's see. Here are some links. That's where you can visit the community. And the second link is where you can learn how to host a meetup or a workshop if that interests you. Okay, let's keep going. What's up, Melissa? Training videos for direct care workers from Cincinnati, Ohio. You'll love to see it. I will be excited to share some good training use cases with you in a moment. So while we're not going to focus on this today, one of HeyGen's top features is custom avatar creation. So I'd be remiss not to talk a little bit about it today. Basically, in short, with nothing but a 2-minute selfie video, a few photos, or even a simple text prompt, you can create a hyper-realistic digital twin that looks and sounds just like you. So here's a few examples of the different types of custom avatar creation pathways that I've used to create my avatars. Once you've created them, you type a script, you have them read it, and instantly you have got an awesome spokesperson for your videos. So I'm going to drop a link in here for how to create custom avatars. If this interests you, feel free to check it out later. But for today, to save time, we're going to be using public avatars from HeyGen's stock library of over 700 avatars with different backgrounds, ages, outfits, environments, and even animation styles. So feasibly, if you're looking for something really specific, hopefully you should be able to find it in the HeyGen library. So we'll go over how to do that in a moment. But first, I wanted to share some of the top marketing use cases. So what can you create using HeyGen, you ask? It's all different types of videos, but here's some of the top ones. Video ads, social media videos, how-to videos, explainers, and brand videos. We also have a lot of learning and development use cases. I think I forgot to add this slide to the deck here, so apologies for that. But I'd say that our top learning and development use cases are creating courses, like e-learning courses, training content, onboarding, security. So sometimes internal video, sometimes external. But here in the world of visual storytelling, we prefer to show and not tell. So I'm going to run through a few quick examples of videos that were created 100% in HeyGen, and you guys can tell me what you think about them. So my first example is a social media video that's created by Oleg Campbell, who is the CEO and founder of Reply.io, which is a software tool used by sales team for things like personalized email follow-up, outreach, and more. So in the age of founder-led content and LinkedIn influencers, Oleg and his team simply wanted to grow his TikTok account with AI thought leadership content. So after doing just one shoot, they created his avatar, and his team made and published several videos a day and were actually able to grow his TikTok following to something like 250,000 followers in just a few months. So I'm going to put the link to their customer story here if you guys want to check out and learn a little bit more about how they did this. But for now, let's play this video.
It's 2024 and you're still using Google? Forget it. Here are top 3 AI searching engines that will give you 10x better answers to your questions. Don't forget to save this video to not lose these cool tools. Number 3, we have Gemini. Gemini is actually an AI from Google itself. It was built from the ground up to be multimodal, which means it can generalize and seamlessly understand, operate across, and combine different types of information, including text, code, audio, image, and video. At number 2, we have pretty famous ChatGPT. I don't even think that this one needs an introduction. The best way to think about ChatGPT or any of the AI chatbots.
Okay, so I'm going to pause it here. Hopefully you guys get a sense of what this video is about. So here you see Oleg's avatar. On screen, he's using different elements like text, moving images, screen recording. So we'll learn how to do that today. But overall, again, they were able to create tons and tons of videos, really scale their efforts, and grow his following quite quickly. So this next example is a short video ad from the founder of Tomorrow.io. This organization has customers who are folks from the transportation industry, insurance, government, or defense, where having reliable real-time local weather reports is actually super important. So I'll let their founder, Dan, do the talking in this video ad, which is aimed at insurance companies.
$10 billion. That's the annual cost of hail damage claims in the US in 2023, and it's only getting worse. Hailstorms are becoming more frequent, with larger hailstones falling faster than ever before. In 2024 alone, hailstones the size of baseballs fell during over 50 major storms across the country. These aren't just big, they're fast, falling at speeds up to 100 miles per hour and causing devastating damage to homes, cars, and businesses. For auto insurers, a single hailstorm can damage thousands of vehicles in minutes, driving claims through the roof. But with Tomorrow.io,
okay, I'm just going to pause it here and say Tomorrow.io is a super small organization and team, but they were able to create this beautiful video ad using their founder Dan's avatar. So this is 100% avatar video. And for the rest of the footage that you see in here, like these weather reports and things like this, it's a mixture of B-roll from the HeyGen B-roll library, as well as footage from Tomorrow.io. themselves. So you can upload your own footage. You can also use some stock footage to really give that an extra professional feel. So let's keep going. And then also, I should mention now, guys, please feel free to ask questions in chat. We have a Q&A tab at the top right-hand corner. We can ask your questions there. I'll do my very best to answer, especially the ones that are relevant to our presentation, and then hopefully for ones that are a little separate topics. If we have time, I'll try and get to them best of my ability. But I will say my lovely partner in crime, Audrey Van Zee, the community manager here at HeyGen, is also going to answer some questions in chat and respond if you guys have questions that we won't cover today. Okay, so I'm going to unshare this and instead share a couple of our learning and development use cases. So let's see. Okay, so for our top learning professional use cases, again, as I said before, learning courses, training, compliance, and onboarding, but also translation. I would also mention too that I think, particular challenge that folks in the learning and development world face is constant change management and also making their video content accessible to different audiences, whether that's people who have visual accessibility needs or audible accessibility needs or different languages and whatnot. And so fortunately, HeyGen makes it really easy to make changes to videos that you've already created and to make different versions, maybe those that are adjusted for visual or audible accessibility needs, things like that. Let's see, let me go to the next slide. And so here is an example of a global training video that was created by one of our customers named Komatsu, which is a global equipment manufacturing company that has something like 65,000 employees and distributors in over 150 countries. So it's a super global workforce. They're based in Japan. They make heavy machinery for construction projects. So for safety purposes, they really need to ensure that their training is as accessible and as clear as possible. So in this example, you'll see how they've used HeyGen avatars and translation features to make their training available in English, in Japanese, in French, and in German. So let me hit this.
In today's fast-moving industry, staying updated is key to your success. That's why we're excited to invite you to dive into Komatsu Learning Management System, your one-stop platform for everything Komatsu. LMS には360度バーチャルツアー、多様なオンラインモジュール、新機種導入に関するトレーニング教材など最先端のツールが揃っています。
Aber wir stehen erst am Anfang. Als Ihre virtuellen Komatsu-Trainer freuen wir uns darauf, das Gesicht der zukünftigen Inhalte auf dieser Plattform zu sein. Sie werden sehen, wie wir Sie durch die Schulungsvideos führen und Unterstützung in mehreren Sprachen anbieten, um den Bedürfnissen unserer weltweiten Organisation gerecht te werden. Of je nu leert over de nieuwste machines of geavanceerde systemen, wij zullen er samen met jou voor zorgen dat de inhoud duidelijk, boeiend en toegankelijk is.
Exactement. Le futur de la formation chez Komatsu est désormais plus connecté et plus personnalisé que jamais. Alors, n'attendez plus et connectez-vous dès maintenant.
Yay! So I don't know if any of you all speak these languages, but if you have thoughts on how their pronunciation was, how they sounded, their accents and things like that, please let us know. I'm always curious for y'all's feedback. But yes, again, so this was a video using avatars and translation features to help make this training more accessible to Komatsu's global audience. Okay, let's keep moving along to the next one, which is another learning professional use case is a tutorial video or a how-to video. And so here is an example of a step-by-step tutorial video that is part of HeyGen Academy AI Studio, which is HeyGen's follow-along video course that teaches all the essential features and functions of HeyGen's AI Studio, where we edit videos. So pay attention, since will be your introduction to the studio editor. And you'll also get to see my custom avatar in action. So let's hit play.
Welcome to HeyGen Academy. In this video, the first in our series, we'll give you a quick high-level overview of the HeyGen Editing Studio. Think of this as your guided tour before we dive deeper into each feature in upcoming videos. Let's start from the HeyGen homepage. Click Create Video to begin. For a faster start, you can choose a template from the HeyGen library. In this example, we're using a learning and development template featuring the avatar Annie. Once you select your template, you'll land inside the editing studio. Here's the layout. There are 4 main sections: the script panel, the canvas, the toolbar, and the scene timeline. Let's walk through each one quickly. The script panel is where your story begins. Type directly into the panel, upload an audio file, or record your voice inside HeyGen. Once your script is in, click Preview to hear it back. You can highlight any word to adjust pronunciation, or click the pause icon to add natural breaks. Want to change the voice? Click it to explore different languages, accents, and speeds. Pro tip: you can also translate your script right inside the panel. No need to leave the editor. Next up, the canvas. This is your creative space, where everything comes together visually. Every script needs a speaker, so start by adding an avatar. You can select a custom avatar from your library or browse HeyGen's collection of 700+ diverse public avatars. Once added, adjust the framing to fit your scene just right. Now let's talk about the toolbar. Here you can bring your video to life by adding text overlays, media like images, videos, and music, elements like shapes, stickers, and icons, or even captions for accessibility. Each asset can be animated. Use the animation markers in the script panel to control when it enters and exits the scene. Want to connect your scenes with a bit of polish? Just hover between them in the timeline and add a transition, like a slide, fade, or flow. When you're ready, hit Preview at the top. If everything looks good, click Generate, and just like that, your video is on its way. And that's your first look at the new HeyGen Studio. We'll go deeper into each of these tools in the upcoming videos, so you can create faster, smarter, and more beautifully with HeyGen. Let's get started.
Sweet. I'm going to drop in the chat a link to the HeyGen Academy AI Studio course right there, featuring my avatar. What'd you guys think of her? And that is your introduction to HeyGen. So for our next step, if you are going to be following along with us today, creating a video as we go, please scan one of these QR codes, or I'll drop the links in here. These are links to templates that you can use to get started easily. So today I'm going to demo using the video ad template, which is number 1 here. But I will pause for a moment and just give folks a sec to get this launched if they're going to be following along. In the meantime, let me read the chat and just see it. Thank you, Renee. I appreciate that. We got a question from Melissa, which is, can you disable skipping fast forwarding when you download the video as a SCORM package for use in the LMS? Okay. Oh, Audrey has just responded. Yeah, I was really going to say the same thing. I'm not 100% sure if you can disable skipping. So best to reach out to support. Yep, we've got the email there. And we do have a help article here that hopefully can give you a little bit of insight. One thing I will just call out, Melissa, is that exporting as SCORM for use in an LMS is a HeyGen Enterprise only feature. So just want to put that out there. Okay, so hopefully y'all have had enough time to launch your templates. So let me stop sharing this screen, and I'm going to head over to HeyGen myself. Share that instead. Okay. Hopefully you guys can all see this. This is my HeyGen homepage, right? So here on the left navigation pane, I can scroll through my projects, my templates, I can see my avatars and whatnot. And then here are my recent creations, so videos that I have recently made. Let's see, all right. So what we're going to get started with now is a HeyGen feature called Brand Kit. So I'll preface this by saying Brand Kit is only available to paid users. So if you're a free user right now, you won't be able to set it up, but I do want to show you what it is because it can be really helpful, especially if you're creating videos regularly in an ongoing basis. So what is a brand kit, you ask? It is everything that you need to represent your brand the right way. So your logos, your color palettes, fonts, images, videos, maybe even audio files. And it can be as easy as just dropping in a link to your website, right? So efficient video creators, especially those creating a lot, don't start from scratch each time. They build systems that scale, and you'll see in a few minutes why Brand Kit is a great solution for that. So follow along as we set up Brand Kit, or no worries if you need to skip the step and come back to it later. So here from the HeyGen homepage, actually, let me adjust this window. Here we go. Okay. Here from the HeyGen homepage, you can fire up Brand Kit by clicking the Brand tab. And then in the top right-hand corner, you can set up a new Brand Kit just by clicking this New Brand Kit button. And if you've got a website with all of your brand assets already, super easy to just pop it in there, click import. Or if you want to set it up manually by manually uploading your assets, you can do that by clicking set up brand kit manually. So after I import, it's going to take a few moments to just analyze the website that I've inputted and then upload the assets, pull the assets from it into HeyGen. So, yep. Okay, I'm glad my internet connection is fast today. So here it is. Well, it didn't get the Google logo this time, but it did get all of the colors. So if I were to move forward to set this up fully, I probably would manually upload some assets here. But let's see, I have oh yeah, here's my demo brand kit. Here's a good example of what a more fleshed out brand kit looks like. So you've got your logos, you've got your colors, you can upload your fonts, logo animations and assets, things like that. All right. So next, I am going to launch the template, the link I put in into chat here. So I'm just going to copy this. So again, I'm making the video ad template. Here it is. I'm just going to give this a quick playthrough so you guys can see more or less what the end video is meant to look like. Actually, let me just open this instead. Okay, so again, we've got our script panel over here on the left-hand side. What you'll find here is a sort of like pre-populated script where in these brackets, you can adjust and fill in the blanks to make this video yours. The whole video in total, I'll give a quick preview of what that would look like. And of course, bear in mind that we'll be overwriting the script, so it'll sound a little funny for now.
Tired of common pain point? There's a smarter way. Meet product name. Product name was built to help you. Benefit 1, Benefit 2, and Benefit 3. No more frustration. Just fast, easy, adjective results. Thousands of customers, professionals, creators are already using product name to desired outcome. Ready to see what it can do for you?
Okay, so that is the video quickly in a nutshell. And let's dive into it. Okay, sorry guys, just losing my losing my place here in the chat. Okay. All right. So I'm going to start by just filling in the blanks to create my script. So let's say, right now this is an ad for water. Let's say that my, let's say I'm going to make it for tea instead to make things easy. So we've got a hook, which is our first script here. So I'm going to say, tired of losing steam at the end of the day, right? There's a smarter way. Meet Hey Tea, the most delicious iced tea you've ever had. I'm going to fill in this part too. Let's see. KT was built to help you with what's the first benefit? Let's say stay energized. Stay energized, stay hydrated, and unlike coffee, which I am drinking right now, beat the crash. No more lazy afternoons. Just fast, easy, refreshing. Instead of results, maybe I'll say energy. No, results is good. All right. And in this next scene right here, this is B-roll of some happy customers enjoying the product. So I will say thousands of customers, or maybe in this case, thousands of happy people are already using Hey Tea to stay energized and refreshed. And here in the last slide, maybe I want to give this like a call to action, right? So if this is a video ad, what is the action that I want the viewer to take after they've watched the ad? So we'll say, ready to see what it can do for you. Visit the Hey Tea website to learn more. How about that? Okay, so I'm going to pause here and look at chat. And if you guys are following along, feel free to plug in stuff for your script now. Okay. So question from Sabrina, when I use upload PowerPoint/PDF without the beta version, I do get the new editor, but I don't get the options for templates. Is there a way to get both templates and the new editor? Yes, there is. So, well, generally speaking, if you're going to do an upload PowerPoint or PDF, you generally wouldn't want to use a template because that PowerPoint or PDF would serve as your template. But in terms of using, is it possible to use templates in the new editor? Yes, it is. And that is what we are doing here. Hope that answers the question. If not, feel free to ask, clarify if I didn't quite get it. Let's see, what else do we have going on here? Rochelle, facing issues with the pronunciation for Indian names. We'll go over pronunciation in a moment. Let's see. No sugar spike. Yep. Yes. Thank you, Audrey, for sharing that resource on pronunciations. We'll also demo it today. Okay. I'm going to keep going. So hopefully now you've got your script typed in. So now what I'm going to do is actually think about what avatar I want to use here. So again, I'm going to go into HeyGen's stock library and potentially update this avatar. So to do that, I will click here on the canvas to highlight this avatar. And let's see, I can either look at their different looks or just replace them. So when you click replace, it'll launch this little window here, and any custom avatars you've created will show up at the top. And then down here are the many, many HeyGen avatars. So in this case, let's say I ultimately want this ad to be for my audience in Japan, something like that. So maybe I want to choose an avatar that is going to feel more culturally relevant to that audience. So I can scroll to try and find them. I can also use these little tags up here to easily sort of scan based on like what my needs are. So if I were making a training video, right, maybe I'd want to look at the professional tab. If I was making a social media video, I would probably check out the UGC tab, which gives these sort of like social media style vertical avatars. You can also favorite avatars, and they'll live right here. So for this time around, I'm going to choose Miyu. And so each most avatars, most public avatars have multiple looks. So looks are basically different outfits, poses, and environments, so you can find kind of the best one, right? So we've got Miyu here at a desk in a suit, but since we're advertising, a fun sort of consumer product and everything, I'm going to choose one that feels a little bit more casual and relaxed and go with this one. Okay, so let me do the same for the rest of my scenes. So we've changed our avatar in scene one, but let's go to scene two over here and do the same. So I'm gonna click Annie, this avatar here, to replace her with Miyu. Oops. And this time around, I'm gonna use this seated one. Okay, and so you might notice that the avatar is like a little off center here. No worries. The way that we can fix that is just to highlight this element and then drag it on over. So if you've ever used a platform like Canva or PowerPoint, a lot of how you move elements around on the canvas is going to feel pretty similar. Okay, let's go to the third scene. All right, and so here we have a different avatar framing option. So again, the framing options are normal, big like this, close, or circle. If you have a paid HeyGen account, you can also remove the background of your avatar and just put them straight into your scene. So again, I'm going to switch this one to Miyu because this is going to be for my audience in Japan. And let's see, how about we use for this one, and I'm going to remove the background. And then I'm going to move Miyu over to right here. Look at how happy and excited she looks. I'm excited too. And again, if I wanted to make her a little smaller, I can just grab the corner here. And there we go. I think I want her a little bigger again, actually. There, that feels just right. And now I'm going to center. Okay, cool. So here in this next scene, I don't actually have an avatar on screen, but I do want to make sure that Miyu is still like the narrator for this whole video. And so I'm looking over here and realizing that I need to switch the voice here. So right here above the scene, right, you see the avatar that you've used as well as the voice. This little play button will allow you to preview the sound of it. So it's just going to do the sound. I'll show you what that sounds like. Ooh, really wants to take its time today.
Hey Tea was built to help you stay energized, stay hydrated, and beat the crash. No more lazy afternoons, just fast, easy, refreshing results.
Nice. So that's how that sounds. And to switch the voice in my next scene here, I'm just going to click this voice module. And then right here, the name of the voice, I can change. So up top will be any custom voices that I've made, or I can go to the HeyGen library. From here, I can filter by a bunch of different criterias. Like, let's say this video is going to be in Hindi. I could, search for voices originally created in Hindi, or let's say I want an Australian accent or something like that, or even I want to search by other sort of characteristics like the gender or even the use case or the age of the voice, right? So maybe I use young adult for a children's story. Maybe I use something older for, maybe something that's more formal or something like that. And again, just like avatars, you can hit this favorite button so it's easy to find each voice. So in this case, I want to make sure that the voice that I use matches that in the rest of the scenes. And I see that the name of it is, where is this? HeyGen library. I think I might have just found a bug here. Let's see if there's another way I can do this. Sorry, guys. Bear with me. You lifelike. So what I'm doing is just favoriting this voice so it shows up ideally in my favorites library. Has that worked? Oh, it didn't work. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Maybe if I do this, will it work? Okay, yeah, it did. Alrighty. I'm going to keep going. Also, I do see a great question here from Barry that I want to address. Barry has asked, can I replace all the avatars in all scenes at once? Yes, you can. The only reason that I didn't do it that way was because I wanted to repeat the process a few times so folks could see it, but also because I wanted to use different avatar looks in each scene. So I kind of just did it manually. Okay, let's look at this last scene and also replace this avatar with Mew. And for the final scene, I think I'll do this one. And again, I'm going to remove background and just place Mew right here. And actually, since she's looking this way, I kind of want to put her on the other side of my text here. So to do that, I'm going to just, let's see, move her over here. And sometimes the layers get a little confusing. I'm going to highlight these guys, move them over on my canvas, click Mew, and put her right there. Okay. I think this could be a little, oops, a little better centered. Okay. So let's start by, let's for our next step, go through each of the scenes and adjust the elements on the canvas if it's needed. So in this scene, we've just got our avatar here. I don't need to change anything. In this scene, I want to change, the product name and switch out this bottle of water, right, for my product. So again, the name of my product is Hey Tea. And to change this image, right, I can delete it. And I could either go to the media tab and let's say I want to find an image of a teacup or something like that. I could search it just like this under the image tab, and then all of the images of teacups that are part of the HeyGen B-roll library would show up. So these are some of our different providers: Getty, Unsplash, Pexels, and Storyblocks. All of the B-roll that is in the HeyGen library is free and available for you to use across all of your videos. So here's a couple different examples, but let's say I'm really particular about how my product looks and I want to upload my own image. No problem at all. You can either click the upload tab here or just drag and drop it onto your canvas. Let's see. All right. So once you've uploaded something, it'll show up under this Uploads tab here. Oh no, this one still has a background. Is this one as well? Just a moment, everyone. Let's see. Okay, hopefully this works. Oops. Oh, I have the wrong file type here. So this is my mistake, guys. All right. Why is this not working? Okay, I'm having a little bit of upload issues right now. So I'm just going to use a stock image for the time being. And I apologize that this one's a little unsightly with this white background. For some reason, my background, this one is, I think the file might have been corrupted. So this is a me problem, not a HeyGen problem, everyone. Let's see. Okay, so let's keep moving. Here in my third scene, right? This is the scene where I'm talking about the benefits of my product. So I want to overwrite what's here on the scene, on the canvas, and say, let's see, my first benefit was energy, my next one was hydration, and my last one was beat the crash. So I'm gonna just overwrite this here. Energy, oops, hydration, and no crash. And so just as you would with your, with PowerPoint or Canva and whatnot, you can obviously adjust the font. You can adjust the color here. You can make it, with most fonts, you could bold or unbold it and everything, and even make it transparent so you can kind of see the background through it. And then this one, I'll update this text. So let's say my website is heytea.com. And socials are HeyTea. And my little product image, which again, not the most beautiful one. Sorry about that, guys. But hopefully you get the idea here. Oop. Or if I have a logo, this might be a great one where I'd use that. Okay, so let us keep going. And now we're going to talk about sort of like the design of our scenes. So if you remember earlier, setting up brand kit, right? This is where that can really come into play. So to activate my brand kit, I can click brand right here. And then from this drop-down menu, which is loading, I can choose the brand kit that I want to use in this video. So multiple brand kits can be helpful, especially if you have sort of different designs, logos, or color palettes for different campaigns or courses. And so in this case, I'm going to use the demo HeyGen brand kit. And basically what it will do is up here, it'll load as quick actions all of the different sort of logos and images I might want to use. So let's pretend that this is the HeyTea logo, actually. I'm gonna put that right here. And I'll also change it here. So again, hit brand, and right here, the logo shows up. And then I want to make sure, if you notice this blue doesn't quite match my background, here's a fun brand kit feature, which is called shuffle colors. So basically what this will do is it will shuffle the colors of any HeyGen template to be that of your color palette. So let's give it a go. All right, so right now we're yellow. Right now we're pink. Right now we're this peachy color. Yeah, I actually like the way this looks. You can also do this in a manual way, right? So let's say, I'll show you guys that. Let's say I want to make this blue again. So I'm highlighting this sort of like blue background here. And what it'll come up with is this little menu where I can change the color. And right down here is my brand kit. So let me pop over to the demo brand kit, and it gives sort of like as a quick action, the colors in my color palette. So pop that one in there. And then for this one, instead of this blue color, maybe what I'll do instead is this like fun yellow color. Okay, so we've changed some of the images, sorry, some of the colors. Now let's talk about these B-roll scenes. So by B-roll, I'm referring to this moving water image that's in the background, right? We are not advertising water, we are advertising tea. So we're gonna change this to fit the brand a little bit better. So to swap it out, I'm going to highlight this water image back here, and I can either just hit delete or I can choose detach from background. Detach from background basically just removes the image so you can resize it or delete it or do whatever it is that you need to do with it. So in this case, I'm going to go back to my media tab, and this time I want something that's a little visually interesting, like a video. So I'll click the video tab, and then let's just see what they got for me in the way of tea. Okay. Ooh. This feels refreshing. And so I can manually resize this if I like, or I can just simply right click or click set as background, and boom, automatically it is going to show up behind all of the other elements that are on my canvas. If I didn't do the attach from background, I wanted to resize it, like let's say for some reason I only wanted this part to be seen behind here. I could move it around just like this, and then I would want to change the ordering of this element. So to do that, I will right click, and then I could say move back, and that would start putting the other elements behind it above it. Or just send to back, which means to put it at the very back here, right? So far so good, I think. Let's move on to the next scene, where we're also going to replace this lovely video of these folks drinking water with something that's going to be a better fit for my product. So again, I'm going to highlight this, detach it from background, and delete it. And then I'm going to look for a video that is more appropriate and tea-like. So let's see. Again, when you're searching videos, by the way, guys, it'll show you the length of the video in this little button here. So this one's 10 seconds. And you can hover over it to actually preview and see the video in action. So let's see. Again, I want to conjure just sort of the refreshing, energizing vibe of this tea and show people happily drinking it. Okay. You know what? Maybe I like this one. I like that this is, somebody who's wearing yellow. That's like kind of fitting to my brand's colors. It feels bright and refreshing. And it's also an Asian face that will hopefully feel most resonant to my audience in Japan, who we're going to translate this ad for in a second. And then here, okay, I feel good. Let's see what we got to do next. Oh yes. So next, actually, let's change the color of this font because you can't really see that black very well. Okay. So next, what I'm going to do is, now that I have everything in place, I'm going to add some professional polish to the elements that we see on screen here. And so I will do that with text animations. So basically, text animations allow you to create just sort of like a little visual interest and moving element to your videos. And the way that you do it is to time it with your script. So for energy, right? This is benefit number one here. I'm going to highlight this word. And then what I'll see over here on the left-hand side in my script panel are these purple arrows that indicate when the word is going to appear on my canvas in sync with my script and when it will disappear. So in this case, I want to make sure that this comes in at the word energized. So I'll just drag and drop the arrow over here. And when it says energized in the script, energy will appear on the canvas. let's also, actually, I'm getting distracted, but I want to make these colors a little more fun. Okay, there we go. Next one, hydration. So same thing. I'm going to highlight this and then the arrows appear and I will move this to hydrated. Then I'll also change my color here because why not? And then the last one, no crash. So again, highlight the element on the canvas and then move the arrows to where you would like it to appear. You can also change the different types of animations that you use. So to do that, you'll just highlight the element here and then click animate from this little top menu here. And it will give you a number of different options for animation styles, right? So I could change this to, you know, rising up like this. I could do one that kind of pops on the screen. You just hover over it and it will give you a preview. I can also even adjust the duration of it. So this would, boop, yeah, that one feels cool. And then I can click apply to the scene. And I believe that that should apply the same one, yep, to each of my text elements. Okay, cool. So far, I think this looks and sounds good, but I want to see it in action and just do a quick preview to make sure that it actually looks the way that I want. And so to do that, I'm going to move my cursor over to the start of this scene and click this preview button here at the bottom.
Haiti was built to help you stay energized, stay hydrated, and beat the crash. No more lazy afternoons, just fast, easy, refreshing results.
Nice. Okay.
Thousands.
I don't
Haiti
know
was built to help.
if you guys caught this, but my avatar also animated, which I didn't necessarily want. So to change that, I'm going to highlight her, click animate, and then let's see, how do I just remove this animation? Okay. All right, let's keep going. So let's preview this scene as well to make sure that the B-roll video that we've chosen actually looks and feels right with the script.
Thousands of happy people are already using Haiti to stay energized and refreshed.
Nice. I'm not too mad at that. I think that was a good fit. And then let's see, to round it out with a little bit more polish, I'm going to add some transitions, which happen between our scenes. So to try it out, you want to click on the space in between your scenes here in the timeline at the bottom. And just like before, you can preview each and change its duration. So here are a couple of the different transitions. Ooh, what's this one? Magic Match? I don't know if I've seen this one before. Let's try it. I'm going to apply it to all of my scenes. So we have the same transition across them all. And let's preview it from the start. Let's see how it all is before we generate it. And so just as a reminder, guys, the avatar's lips will not be animated in the preview instance like this. Once you generate, their lips and facial movements will be fully animated. But for now, this is really just designed to be a preview to help you understand and see if your visuals and the script are what you're looking for. Why is this not working? Okay.
Tired of losing steam at the end of the day? There's a smarter way. Meet Haiti, the most delicious iced tea you've ever had. Haiti was built to help you stay energized, stay hydrated, and beat the crash. No more lazy afternoons, just fast, easy, refreshing results. Thousands of happy people are already using Haiti to stay energized and refreshed.
Oh, my preview's getting stuck here. Strange. Okay, well, we are running out of time, so I'm just going to go ahead and generate this because I want to hopefully see if this can generate in time for me to show you all how to translate this video for your Japanese audience. So in the meantime, I'm going to go back and check chat. See if y'all have any questions. I am here for them. Otherwise, hopefully this final version of the video should be done soon. Okay, so it is generating, and you can see the video right here. So in the meantime, while we wait for this to generate, maybe what I can do is circle back to that question about pronunciation from earlier. So let me just pull up just kind of any example and show how I would do that. Thank you, Barry. Appreciate that. Daisy asks, is it possible to upload my created avatar, choose a sets of clothes, and direct it in a different angle, seating or standing? Facial expressions and hand gestures. That is a great question. Yes, you can. And the way that you would do that is by using our looks generation feature. So let's see, let me send you this link. So once you have created your avatar, what you'll want to do is basically you can train your model and give it a text prompt to create these additional looks. I'm actually going to show how to do this really quickly because it's quite easy. So let's say, for example, I'm going to my avatar library. Here is, let's see, which one should I use? I'll use this one. This is my avatar. Yep, I have some funny stuff in here. Once you have inputted your photos, right, you can enter a prompt right here to describe your desired look, right? So you can do something that's really specific. Like, let's say, you know, I'm looking for my avatar to be in, you know, this one I think was like wearing red pajamas by a cozy fireplace for a winter holiday, right? You can also use look packs, which are basically pre-tested prompts that can generate sort of common additional looks that you're looking for. So, you know, headshots, you could make hey emojis, so like an animated version of yourself, travel, etc., etc. Okay. Oh my God, it's still generating. Okay, maybe what I will need to do is just show how I would do this with a previous version. So this is from a previous demo where I made a similar ad. And so when your video finishes generating, it'll create this share page, right? So you can send this to anybody. You can configure the different permissions. They can leave comments. They can react to your video. You know, down here as they're playing along. So this is a great way if you're working in a team to get other folks' feedback and whatnot. But to translate, super easy. So any video that was originally created in HeyGen, you have the ability to translate not just the script, but also the elements on screen. You can do this to up to 5 languages simultaneously, but in this case, we just want to do Japanese. And so we're going to select translate script to make sure that what the avatar says is translated. And then we're also going to try translate text on canvas. Hit translate. And in a few moments, this will load. And I'll show you how it looks. And there we have it. My ad is now in Japanese. Yay! So as you can see in the script panel, it's been updated. So you may want to have a native speaker look it over, make sure that it all feels right, or add any kind of additional things that you might need. And then also on the canvas, it's done its best to translate the elements that I had here. It didn't get everything, so you might need to, hop over to Google Translate or something like that. And that should more or less do the trick. But I'll play just a quick bit of this so you guys can hear what it sounds like.
その午後の疲れに飽きましたか？もっと賢い方法があります。はじめまして、ヘイティ。
Nice. So you guys get the idea there. And then I know we're a minute over time, but I want to go back and just show you all our final result, which has just finished generating. So here we go. We're on our share page again here. Let's play it through.
Tired of losing steam at the end of the day? There's a smarter way. Meet Haiti, the most delicious iced tea you've ever had. Haiti was built to help you stay energized, stay hydrated, and beat the crash. No more lazy afternoons, just fast, easy, refreshing results. Thousands of happy people are already using Haiti to stay energized and refreshed. Ready to see what it can do for you? Visit the Haiti website to learn more.
Awesome. And so that's all we have time for today, guys. But just want to say, I hope that you found this workshop helpful. Feel free to share feedback with us. Definitely visit the HeyGen community forums if you create a new video and want to share it with others, or just want to check out some inspiration, learn more, etc., etc. Can't wait to see what you all create. And yes, hope to see you guys in a workshop or a webinar again soon. For now, thanks for your time, for your presence, and your great questions. Cheers, everyone, and have a great day.